I'd like to get on this guy. I guess I would love just to get... How much enchant armor do I have? We don't really have any, so I really don't have a whole lot of options for improving my AC drastically. Oh, look who it is. Grand Jackal. Don't think I can. His HP is probably too high to pacify. He's got a lot of EV, this guy. I do have some conj that I could try to use. Don't have Iron Shot as of yet. I think there's some spell books, but it hasn't. That would be a fine. That would be a great spell to use against this guy, because I mean he does have a lot of EV, but if you Brill Pot, you could probably kill him. You just need something that can actually hit him and damage him effectively. Get rid of him. But maybe what I'll do... I don't actually have a lot of tricks for this one. Is there any Holy Word? There's only one Scroll of Holy Word, and it wouldn't be enough anyway. So this guy's probably going to have pretty appreciable damage, I would guess. Actually say anything about what his weapon is? Yeah, hit for up to 50 damage, so... Reminds me, did I find... No. Forget if that works or not, but alright, well... Does not see invis. I only have one invis pot, unfortunately. Man, really wish there was a source of evocable invis. Not that I need more hunger costs in this right now, but it would be nice. We don't really have... yeah, we don't have a ton of... School of Summoning could do it, but I hate to use a School of Summoning on a ghost, because... One, it may not work. Two, it's just such a good escape consumable for this guy. And ghosts are a thing where, like, you want to avoid them. I do have the file. What I need is a good area where I can fight him. Possibly over there. What is my evo? Let's try this. Okay, this is a good one. This could do it. Go in with a Might Pot. Just start whacking on him. Should take him down. There he goes. Well, that's one less hassle. That wasn't quite what I was expecting. It's like, I'll open the door and screw you up. And he's like, oh no, I'll shoot you to like 50% of your HP, buddy. And exactly one Yaktar, huh? Don't see that every day. Oh, Formicids are like, you know, this is sort of a hybridy Formicid, which it's not the strongest way you could really necessarily build it. It's a really strong start because you're an Earth Elementalist. But you could do something, well, I mean, Ellie is really safe. You can just, you've got on-demand healing, and that's really, really good. As you can see, like, in almost any situation, I can just, especially since I've got Faith, I can just call on for greater healing, which is pretty great. I'm not even using Divine Vigor, which I need to greatly increase its max. Yeah, so this is a good info to go in as a buff for a fight. Like, I could have used it when fighting that ghost. Perhaps if I had, I wouldn't have had to use a Might Pot. I mean, I didn't have to use a Might Pot, to be perfectly honest. It was just sort of because I didn't want what I didn't want to have happen was that the ghost is that, like, you know, the summons all expire and I'm standing there next to a ghost who's like, you know, 1/3 of the way from dying, but it's not safe for me to fight. So I wanted to get a lot of damage in quickly. It can be tricky to coordinate those shadow creatures. It's not like I can recast the spell or anything. Once those guys expire, then... And although Might Pots are really valuable, they're not like... You know, losing one is not the end of the world. Hello. Okay. Good. Now I could be enchanting. I only have one scroll, so actually no, I can't. Oh, not a whole ton of options here. Dire Flail of Crushing. I mean, that's not actually better than... It's not actually better than my Battle Axe. To say the antennae is kind of nice. Standpoint of like choosing your fights. It's nice to be able to decide or know ahead of time whether or not a room has stuff in it, and then you can look in vaults. Vaults gets tricky when vaults gets tricky when you get stuck into like nasty dead ends and surrounded, and or stuck in just wide open areas where there's no retreat. And it has a layout. Every layout basically has a mix of that. You know, it has these wide open corridors, and then, you know, wide open rooms, and then these little sort of murder box type things that can either be really good or really bad, depending on the fight. Oh, this vault. The Yaktar guarding the stash, the ranged stash. Well, 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 if it isn't my friend. Fall back here to... Nice. This guy I want to get rid of. Really? Guess I don't have very good MR. Elves are one of the nastier types of groups you can encounter, because you'll encounter a lot of the you encounter a lot of the high-level elf groups, so demonologists, sorcerers. And the elf layout has tons of corners in it almost everywhere, so you can break close really easily, but in vaults, there's plenty of areas that don't have that. So they can really get you in vaults. Oh, look at this, the enchant weapon. Do the uber cautious play. Don't know what, okay, probably just ogre mage. It's not so bad. Yep. Just gotta watch it though. I guess my MR is actually not, yeah, my MR is not that good. It's because I took off my MR ring, that's why, for RC, which is good to have, but it's nice to have some MR in vaults. Ogre mage, well, he can't banish. They don't have banish anymore. Convoker, everybody's favorite. So my rule with Formicid is just play it pretty carefully. People get really comfortable because it's a very like tab happy species. Like this is the kind of place where you don't really like the situation you're in. Where's that ogre mage going? Like, I will retreat and reform my strategy. I guess he probably just blinked, but it was funny. It's like he was about to walk into the door and he detoured. Oh yeah, good wand. And these hex wands are still good this late into the game. Well, overall, really didn't have too bad of a time on Vaults 1, despite the fact that this character is kind of weak. Come, friends. Aha, you wanted to lock me out, didn't you? But you couldn't. Wonder if you already know. Don't jinx it. Not much left to jinx. Level's almost over with. So, could have avoided eating that ration probably. You can say don't jinx it when the level's not complete, but one room left of monsters, I'm good. I'm willing to call it at that point. 15, we gained a bit more gold. I guess it's time to head over to the bazaar. We're starting to get a surplus of rations going. Okay, we just want to make sure we have like 10 slots free. So I want to make sure after we get out of here. Hey, that guy had gold on him. How convenient. I'm always paranoid. I'm always paranoid about what I drop, though. It's like, what if you get the bazaar that has like some kind of... Well, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So let's see what we got. 4 food shops. Honestly, a food shop wouldn't be all that bad because I could just buy a bunch bunch of extra food. It would be a waste of a bazaar, but that would just prevent me from ever having to think about it, because it became a thing for this run because of how I was spamming Ellie, so I could just buy a ton of it. Wouldn't really matter. It would be silly, but... +1 gloves with some dex. This is all pretty junk. That's a dragon. Oh man. Well, we can't afford it, but that's the ultimate meme armor right there. Man, and Pearl Dragon scales. That would be a nice thing to buy, although I can't enchant it too much right now. Not quite enough gold for that. That would be excellent armor to have. Really good AC. And really low encumbrance, so it makes spellcasting quite easy. I think, what is the encumbrance? ER rating is 11, and our scale is, 10, so it's only slightly worse than this scale. The scale is not bad as far as scale goes, because it's got slang +5, although it's got crappy enchantment. Well, that's sort of a shame, unless we find an acquire scroll that we can buy. Oh man, manual, this is a tease. This bazaar is such a tease. All this stuff that I would want to buy, but I have a bunch of gold, I just don't have enough. Book of Enchantments. Book of Dreams. Somebody wanted BVC, it's in there, but we can't cast it. Not even, that's the thing, I'm not even poor. Oh, really? 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 Another manual fighting? Okay. Come on. What is that? Ridiculous. Where's the dev RNG when you need it? I mean, this is like dev RNG, but it's like twisted dev RNG. It's evil dev RNG. Not the good kind of dev RNG. I'm not happy with any of this. Where's my acquire scroll? I could acquire gold. I could use the dev RNG and get the 4,000 gold. 2 acquire scrolls, back-to-back gold acquire, 2 4,000 in a row, get 8,000 gold. Buy the fire manual. I don't know, buy both manuals, I could buy the orange crystal plate. I'd like to put on record that I was robbed. Man, the rest of this stuff isn't even all that good. I mean, plenty of good things in the shops, just can't afford it. I guess I could have cleared more of vaults, but honestly I wanted something to make me stronger in vaults, because vaults is, as we saw, I can do vaults, but it's a little scary. I'm mostly not relying on earth magic, and I'm relying relying on melee. I should be using more stone arrow though. That really would soften things up a lot. That's sort of my fault. And maybe some basic conj. That's just some free damage that I should be taking advantage of. And obviously LRD. I was just slightly concerned about the stupid food situation, but see, the thing is about that, while you're killing things, you're in good supply of food. So it's not really an issue. And we're almost done with the food considerations anyhow. It was just earlier because we were burning through Ellie garbage. But I was also doing okay with just kind of healing. Although I am down to 4 stars. Welp. Alright, so I guess we gotta go. Or our gloves. We just got +2 gloves. This is 2 decks. It's honestly not even worth it. Although I don't have a lot of decks. It might get me a point of EV, but it would be trading a point of AC anyhow. So let's go back through the shops. Can't get anything here. Bookshop. Earth. Okay. Irradiate. These guys, there they are, +1. Guess I could. I just don't really feel like training up another school. Viz, but again, I would have to train up hexes. Oh, they are +2 hexes. That's sort of attractive, actually, but it's just it's level 6. And that's sort of the problem, is that casting that spell would not be easy. But this is a nice book. It has a bunch of stuff that I could really use. I have Passage, don't I? I don't. Do I have Transloke? I don't really have Transloke. Book of Burglary could actually be pretty good. Problem is, I have to like train up so much to start really using it. It would be a great like power level increase to have in Viz, though. It'd be super nice. This guy sort of needs like some leg up, other than doesn't have like outstanding melee plus defenses. He's just got sort of passable stuff, and then Ellie heal to sort of tip him over, and then some. But I would love to not have to go into entirely a different school to get a benefit. Oh wait. There is Freezing Cloud, but I'd have to train up a bunch of stuff to cast that as well. It's really worse than Invis. Is actually a lot less XP overall, I think. Some Book of Beasts. Don't want to mess with forms. So go ahead and buy the acid wand. Well, let me see. So I am +2 hexes. I could probably get it castable in scale pretty fast. That would be a huge power increase. And it gets me a bunch of other really good spells. That's usually do this, but I will focus hexes, unfocus, which I can just split. I don't need to focus. It really doesn't matter. I'll try for 6. Just want Passage to be castable, which it almost is. Oh. I want to go get all your crap. I do that sometimes. Do that waste of a travel. do we got for boots? Boots of running. Probably not going to upgrade the boots of running. Oh, where did you come from, my friend? Oh boy. That's I don't think I can pacify this guy. This guy's a little bit much. Yeah, I think he's a little bit too much. Wow, this damaged him a lot. Wow, I'm surprised. Holy crap. How did that damage him so much? Those things are like unstoppable kill beasts. That's a bunch of crypt stuff. Apparently it's also a bunch of elves. Not a good combo, to be honest. Oh, well. Oh, it was just the bone dragon and it was a bunch of other incidental crap. How about that? It was like, I was expecting like the Crypt Armada or something. Get in some. What was that? My god, this stupid death mage. Or not death mage, but it was like the most challenging one out of all these idiots.